Now, welcome to the second match of the evening for the Lady Red as we begin our match with Hoxie. Lady Red will be on the far side. Looks like Lady Red will start with Tatum and Turner, Rensselaer, Raby, McKelvey, Ochoa, and Highland. Tatum sets Turner. Turner tips to the outside. Hoxie saves it. Ochoa lets it go and is going to fall in for a point for the Indians. Serve, McKelvey picks it up. Tatum to Turner, and that's going to hit the hole. Tied at 1. Turner to serve. Hoxie picks it up. Far side, outside set there, and blocker's not able to handle that hit. Now Hoxie to the serve. Highland and Tatum to Parker, and is going to get blocked. Back on our side. Parker attempts it again, and that's going to go out of bounds on the other side. Point Lady Red. In the previous matches, Lady Red took Ellis in 3 games. Plainville beat Hoxie in 3. That serve by Archer is going to get sent off to the bleachers. And Danny back to serve again. Another good serve, and that one's going to be a souvenir for the bleachers on our side. And that one's not going to crawl over the net. Serve, Highland to Archer, McKelvey on the attack, and that's going to go deep. Muck with the serve there. Atwood on the attack, and that's going to crawl over the net, right down the line. Lady Red take a 5-4 lead. Hoxie plays that serve, and McKelvey picks up their hit. Archer and Franklin passes it over. Hoxie right in the middle, pushes it over. Archer sets in the middle. And someone was in the net. Highland picks up the serve. Archer and Nixon rolls it over. Cross court set by Hoxie. On the line, Franklin, Highland, Atwood. Hoxie goes ahead and plays that one. Tipped over, and Lady Red not able to get to that one. So Gurley serving. And it's another point for Hoxie. Unable to return the serve. And Nixon takes that one to Archer. Back to Nixon. Hoxie pulls that one up. A hit, and that's going to go deep. Now Parker Atwood with the serve. And mistimed hit there by the Indians. Now we're tied back up at 7 with Atwood serving. And on the attack is Hoxie. Turner lightly hits it over. Now Hoxie on the attack. Archer, cross-court set to Turner. She goes up for that one. That's going to go off the arms of Hoxie and into the fishnet that separates the court and be a point, Lady Red. Atwood, nice serve right down the middle. Atwood pops it up. Archer, cross-court set to Turner. Now side set there. Turner pulls it out of the net, hits it over to Hoxie. Powerful hit there, and they're going to say that hit the ground. A good try by Highland. She almost got there to dig that up. Ochoa takes first touch. Archer sets Turner. Hoxie cross-court set, and we're not able to get to that one. Meyer with the serve for Hoxie. Ochoa. Archer pulls it out of the net. Iflin not quite able to get to that. So now Hoxie takes a 2-point lead. Right down the line. Highland takes it. Nixon, nice hit down in the middle. Archer pulls it up. Iflin passes it over, center set, and Nixon gets caught up in the net there with the ball. So Hoxie takes a 3-point lead. On the other court, Plainville and Ellis are tied at 10. Highland, Iflin, Rentschler. That's going to go deep. Are they going to call tip? Iflin with the serve. Now back set from Hoxie there. They set her into the net, and Hoxie unable to get it back returned. So point, Lady Red. Iflin with her second serve. It goes to the outside far corner. Ochoa gets her feet stuck in the sand. Not able to get to that one. Raby with the dig on that serve. And not getting any fingertips on those hits there. Is hurting the Lady Red. Raby pops it up. Tatum Rentschler to Turner Rentschler. Turner lobs it over, but hits it long. And Lady Red will call a timeout, trailing by 5, 10-15. And we're back to play. Raby, Ochoa, and Hannah tries to tip it over. It goes a little wide. Good save there by Highland after it goes through Ochoa's hands there. Highland unable to recover on that one. So 17-10 lead by Hoxie. And Watkins now continues to serve. Highland, nice pass. Tatum now to Turner, and she hits a little long. Ochoa, Turner, or Tatum, sorry. Nixon pushes it over. Ochoa digs that one out, pushes it right back over. And that ball is going to go long. So point Lady Red. So now they're going to say that maybe it was touched. So they're going to replay it. Highland, Tatum to Turner. Tatum over to Hannah. Hannah with a big swing there. Hoxie digs it up, and they hit it into the net. Now Highland back there to serve. And the down official decided to turn around and talk to the scores table. Highland serve is good. And that ball goes long. Hoxie wanted a touch there. Highland serve. Oh, they saved it. That was quite the play there. And McKelvey hits it in the net. McKelvey past Tatum to Hannah. And that's going to land in the corner for a point, Lady Red. Lady Red down by 8 in this first game. Good serve there by Turner. And Hoxie unable to play that one. Good serve there, and Hoxie not able to play that one. And Hoxie wants a timeout now, as Lady Red still trail by 6. And Turner Rentschler will still be at the service line. As 15 serving 21. Nice serve there, drops right there, right in the middle. On the other court, Plainville currently leads Ellis 20-17. Turner serves in play. Cross court set. And unable to make the play, Lady Red. Now Lady Red trail by 6. Here's a serve, Franklin. Tatum. McKelvey pushes it over. Now back set by Hoxie, and slide block there by McKelvey. We're going to need to make a run here. Archer has the ability to do that. Down by 5. Hoxie, that center set, push it over. Archer sets McKelvey. McKelvey rolls it over the net. Archer for her second serve. And that crawls over the net. And timeout is wanted by Hoxie. As Smith Center climbs within 3. As we return back to play, Archer with the serve. And that's going to fall nice. And we need a few more of those serves right there. That's got to get down. That goes deep. Point, Hoxie. So Hoxie serving now, up 23-20. Highland, Archer, McKelvey pushes it in the back corner, and that's going to be trouble for Hoxie. Point Lady Red. So get within 2 again. Now McKelvey with the serve. That serve, nice serve there. Iflin pulls it up. Archer back set to Atwood. Atwood hits it deep. And they're going to call Hoxie into the net. And climb back within 1 point here. McKelvey back to serve. And that's going to hit the net. Hoxie serves here. Highland, Archer, Nixon. Archer, Iflin. Nixon pushes it over. Free ball here. Lady Red use it. Cross court set there to Atwood. Blocked at the net by Nixon. Hoxie goes at it again, and we're unable to come up with that one. So Hoxie's going to take the first game, 25-22. Welcome back as we start our second game of the match. Turner Enschler serves it, and Hoxie hits it in the net. The last match, or the other court, Ellis won 27-25 over Plainville. And Turner again. Pushed over, Tatum brings it up. Hannah to Parker, that's tipped at the net. And the setter gets tripped up. Not sure if she fell on her own or if her teammate tripped her accidentally. Turner serve, good serve. Sends Hoxie kind of on a scramble and not able to push that one over. So Lady Red take an early 3-0 lead. Now Turner back for serve number 4. Another good serve. A quick set there by Hoxie, and they tip it over, find an open spot. Now Hoxie with their first serve this game. Atwood for the hit, and Hoxie pulls it up somehow. McKelvey blocks it at the net. Another play at the net. Hannah Gravy brings it up. Tatum at the net there, and McKelvey hits it long. And Hoxie helps us out there by hitting that serve in the net. Now Archer here with the serve. There's a good serve there. Cross court set there. It was never blocked. It was never touched. It hit the net. So point Lady Red. Now Archer again with the serve. Same spot on the serve. Tried to be tipped over by Hoxie. Didn't work. Net got in the way. Danny now at the serve. Another good serve right there, right in the same spot. McKelvey, first touch. Archer is back there to set it. McKelvey hit. Atwood blocks the ball that they tried to tip right back at her. Wait for the pedestrian crossing here. Archer. That was a good floater there. Oh, Hoxie pulls that up somehow. Franklin sets Atwood over there. They pull him up, not able to get that one pulled out. And Hoxie wants a timeout, trailing 8-2. Good start by the Lady Red. And we're back with Danny serving. Same spot there. Deep hit by Hoxie. Does the point. Back with Lady Red. Archer. She's going to find a different spot this time. Hoxie's able to pick it up and find an open spot. Highland. Archer. McKelvey. Hoxie runs it over. Highland not able to chase with that one down. So Lady Red still lead 9-4. Lehman, good pass there to Archer. And that ball by McKelvey lands and hits the corner. McKelvey with the serve here on near side. Hoxie battles it. Archer, set Nixon off the fingertips at the net. Now Hoxie tries a tip. It gets blocked at the net. Hoxie passes it over. McKelvey passes it to Archer. Archer to Atwood. Atwood hits. Blocked at the net by Nixon. Atwood pulls it up. Archer gives it back to Atwood. And that hit's going to... Yeah, I guess we're in the net. Highland. A little confusion there. Blocked at the net, but landed on our side. Little scramble by Lady Red. They want to get back in place here. And blocked at the net, and Hoxie's going to send it into the bleachers. On the other court, Plainville leads Ellis 7-6. Now Atwood with the serve. That sinks right in there. A tip there and not able to quite get there. Hoxie with the serve. Highland, the Archer, Turner Enchler. That's going to get through the blocks for a point. Now Tatum Renschler with the serve. Pushed over by Hoxie here. Highland, Tatum Renschler, Turner Renschler. That's going to end up on Hoxie's net, and they're going to call a lift on that one. So Lady Red take a 13-7 lead. Tatum again. Pushed over by Hoxie. Tatum bumps it to Hannah Raby to Turner, and that's going to go a little long. Raby for the first touch. Tatum back to Hannah. and that's going to go deep. Now Hoxie on a little run here, only down by 4 now. Highland, Tatum Rentschler, Zoe Nixon, and that's going to be a kill. Here's Highland. Knuckleball. And that's going to be played at the net. Highland again. The serve. That's going to drop in there. That's going to hit the floor. Nice serve there. Now it's 16-9. Lady Red on top. Cross court hit and a little confusion on. So serve receive gets set. Ochoa the hit and Hoxie pulls it up and Turner puts it right back at him. Now Turner Rentschler back to serve. Up 17-10. Serve is good. Hoxie, cross court set. And Tatum does a good job of keeping it alive. Parker goes in for the kill, but doesn't get on top of the ball. That's good play there to keep it alive. Now here's the serve, and that's going to go deep. Archer now with a serve, up 18-11. Crawls over the net on that one. Side set. Tipped over. Archer. Franklin to Atwood. Still in play. Emerson Lehman. Archer, Atwood. Now Hoxie finds open spot. Lehman, Franklin to Atwood. Franklin not quite able to get to that ball. Now 18-13, Lady Red on top. Highland does a good job fighting that off. McKelvey. Franklin cross court set to Atwood. And Hoxie's going to be called for being in the net. McKelvey. Nixon sets it up. Archer back to Nixon, off the fingertips, and that lands in. McKelvey tipped over. Atwood pulls it out. Archer back to Atwood, off the fingertips at the net, and point, Lady Red. So Lady Red take a 21-14 lead in this second game of the match. And we will take a timeout. McKelvey now at the serve. Hoxie on the attack. And that's going to go deep. Point, Lady Red. I think we got fortunate on that one. McKelvey. Tipped over. Kelly pulls it up. Nixon with the hit, and that's going to go long. Here's his serve. Archer pulls it out, and didn't quite get it. Highland, Archer over to Nixon, and Nixon with a good hit there, and Hoxie unable to take care of that one. On the other court, Ellis is leading Plainville 19-14 in their second game. Ellis won the first one 27-25. Pushed over by Hoxie. Lehman sets up Turner. Turner pushes it over, tries to hit the corner. Hoxie plays it off the fingertips. Archer, bump set to Atwood. Big swing by Hoxie, gets blocked at the net. Atwood comes up with that block. Emerson Lehman tips it over. Now there's a tip that we can't get to. So 23-17 is the score. Meyer with the serve. Highland, Archer, and Turner has to just roll it over. Off balance there. Tipped over, Archer, Lehman. Turner flat-footed, sends it back. Hoxie hits it into the net. So it's game point here for the Lady Red. At 24-17, Tatum Rentschler is going to be back to serve. Hoxie handles it and not able to get the third touch over. So we'll go to game 3 of this second match. And welcome back to this third game of this match. Hoxie took the first match, or the first game. Smith Center took the second. And now here's the rubber match. Turner Rentschler crawls that one over. Passed over by Hoxie. Turner takes it up to Tatum. Tatum to Leah. Tipped at the net. Back set. Hoxie pushes it over. Tatum brings it up to Hannah. Hannah to Parker Atwood. Now Turner. Now Parker's going to try to hit it cross court. Gets mishandled and somehow gets it over Raby to McKelvey. And that's going to hit the open spot. I think that ball was down 4 or 5 times, I swear. Now here's Turner's second serve. Almost shanked off, and Hoxie still struggles with that return. So there's the second point of the match from Turner's second serve. Now Turner again. Good serve there. It's being played by Hoxie. Tatum digs it up. And someone's goes under the net, I guess. Now Franklin in the game. Looks like Gurley is serving for Hoxie here. I'm sorry, Shippers. Raby to Atwood. Atwood hits it net. Now Shippers again with the serve. Raby, Highland, Atwood. And that's some volleyball rule that I can't explain. Highland, Raby, Atwood, and she went to the net with force on that one. Now back to serve is Danny Archer. Parker. I think Hoxie player thought that Atwood was going to go up and kill that one, so she kind of was aggressive at it. But Parker laid back and passed it. She stepped over the line, I guess. That's been called quite a bit tonight. They touched the line there. Atwood, Archer, back to Atwood, and Atwood for the kill. The last 2 hits, Parker's gone up kind of with a determined look in her eye, and she's taking care of business. Now Archer picks a different spot this time. Passed over. McKelvey takes first touch. Archer back to McKelvey, and McKelvey hits the same spot. So Lady Red take a 6-3 lead. Good serve by Danny again. Outside touch there, and not able to get there on the return. Now that ball lands on the line. As Muck serves for Hoxie. Highland comes up, takes that first touch. Archer, then McKelvey tips it over. Back set for Hoxie there. Blocked at the net by McKelvey. Pushed over by Hoxie. Archer, Lehman, back to McKelvey. And that's going to hit the floor. Now McKelvey. Pushed over. Archer takes McKelvey, passes it over to Atwood. Atwood with a swing, and that's blocked off. Comes off the fingertips of the blockers right behind her and hits the floor. Here's McKelvey with the serve, and that finds the net. Highland, Archer, Nixon. Archer, Lehman, Atwood, and this can go off the fingertips of the blockers. Falling away was Atwood. She's able to at least attempt to get it over, and it went off the hands of the Hoxie player at the net. Now here's Atwood with a serve. And that dove at just the right time. Another good serve there by Parker. Atwood with dig. Archer brings a high set to Turner. Now blocked at the net there. Archer, Lehman, Rentschler. Now Hoxie's going to take control of the serve here. Hoxie's down by 3. Meyer with serve. Lehman first touch. Didn't quite handle that one cleanly. Highland, Archer to Nixon. Hoxie pulls that one up. Tipped at the net. Archer, Lehman. Turner tips that one over. Tip back over. Archer, Lehman. Center set, middle set to Nixon. Goes in the net. Hoxie's able to dig it out. Turner pulls it up. Archer back to Turner. Archer pulls it out. Lehman, flat-footed hit over. And that's going to find the crowd. It looks like Tatum Rentschler back there. He's ready to serve. Nice serve by Tatum. And that's 4 hits there. 4 touches. Tatum here. Good serve by Tatum. And dove right as it got over the net. And Hoxie unable to handle that one. Hoxie's going to call a timeout. Hoxie trails by 5. And there's a serve starting out at timeout by Tatum Rentschler. And their return's going to be out of bounds. Tatum back again to serve. Another good serve in play there. Pushed over Tatum. First touch. Hannah ends up setting it over. And catches Hoxie off guard. Tatum Rentschler. Pushed over. Tatum touches. First touch. Raby to Nixon. And that's going to land in. Hannah tips at the net. And Hoxie comes back with the point there. Highland. Ochoa to Raby. Blocked at the net. Turner Rentschler. Ochoa sends it over. Hard hit there. Ochoa digs it up. Raby to Turner Rentschler. Little confusion on both sides here. Turner. Tatum digs it up. Nixon sends it over. Blocked at the net by Nixon. And again by Nixon. And is Hoxie going to be, that goes out of bounds over the antenna. Good rally there. Lady Red. There's some collisions and everything else on that possession. And Highland now back to serve. Knuckleball serve over. Hoxie pushes it over. Turner Rentschler and sets it right up for the Hoxie hitter. Knuck with the serve. McKelvey tips it over. Just over the blocker's hands and before the cover person could get there. Now with an 8-point lead, Turner Rentschler is back to serve. Turner serves, good serve. Highland. Tatum to Parker. Tatum to McKelvey. And that's going to hit floor, I thought. Never mind. Raby. Tatum. Atwood. And that one hits floor. Parker goes up with determination. It's usually a point. Now here's Turner again. Libero pushes it forward. Now our libero pushes it forward. McKelvey gets set in the middle. It's going to fall between the net and the blockers. So with a 10-point lead, Lady Red go into this timeout called by Hoxie. And we're back. And, Rentschler's serve goes off the hand of the defender. She forgot there was a table there. Hope she's okay. Turner's serve, good serve. Big hit, big swing there. Atwood pulls it up. Atwood gets it back. And the hit by Hoxie goes long. So Lady Red take a 12-point lead. Freshman Turner Rentschler back to serve. Nice serve. Atwood, Rentschler back to Atwood. And Atwood's hit's going to go a little deep. The score now 22-11. Raby, Tatum Rentschler to McKelvey, and that's going to land in. Now Archer with the serve. Serves in play. Hoxie plays it on the outside. Tipped at the net. Franklin passes it. Archer. And that's going to go out of bounds off the tip from Hoxie. Game and match point here. Archer. Franklin. Archer chases it down. McKelvey. Nah. Ball was blocked at the net, but ended up on our side and out of bounds. Still match point here for the Lady Red, 24-12. Highland, and wasn't able to handle that one cleanly. Highland. Archer back set to McKelvey. That goes off defender's hands, out of bounds. Game, set, match for the Lady Red. They win the third game, 25-13. And we will be back for the final match of the night versus Plainville.